Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting from an undisclosed yacht located somewhere in the Boston Harbor. Welcome to Bamboozled.boston, the only New England podcast show that combines some of your favorite activities, specifically drinking and music, into an unforgettable, user-friendly experience. So tip up your cup, fellas, and be careful, because there's a spot that's wet over there on the Lido deck, as we educate you on the chemistry, history, successes, and failures of some of your favorite alcoholic beverages. Still with on-air sampling, live music, and special guest appearances. But wait, there's more. Oh my God, will this ever end? Will someone please bring me a cocktail? Hang on, because we are diving headfirst into the world of music and pop culture as it relates to the finer things about alcohol, its origins, proper way to consume, all rolled up into one very convenient podcast. You know what? If you own your own yacht, you'll get more ass than an ascot. Here to inform, to inspire, and to imbibe are your hosts, Mike Grady, Mark St. Jean, and Sean Cochran.
Yeah, Minga, dude. I, you know what? That's the best. That's my favorite part of the whole show, because I never know what the heck you're gonna do.
Thank you. Good night.
That was great. So, all right. So this show is your brainchild.
Yes.
All right. So you told me about it. I said it's a great idea. Let's go with it. And you and Mark, you guys get the forefront as far as getting information and all this stuff. We get so much music, so much stuff to go over here tonight.
God,
so we gotta do the other thing.
Oh, you mean the booze log?
Well,
that too.
I suppose we gotta get that out of the way before we get this open. But I'm dying to see what this is.
We need booze, don't we?
We do need booze. Do you want to do the booze now? Or you want to do the booze log?
Well, let's do the booze log right now, and then we'll get into tasting, and then I'll go a little bit into the background as to why I decided to do Yacht Rock.
Can you do that voice thing he's doing?
I can't. I
can't
So
either.
when you guys were upstairs having venison stew, I was practicing going back and forth because I'm like, I wanted to switch to sound natural because I saw Dan Castellana from the guy who does Homer Simpson's voice.
Okay.
And he did like 5 voices all at the same time having a conversation with himself.
Yeah.
And it was nuts.
That's talent.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I was just trying to like have a little fun with it. And I'm like, that really smells good, by the way.
No, it was great.
The
stew.
venison
Oh, the stew.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kitchen at the Bamboozled Studio is well equipped.
The cafeteria.
Yes, the
The
cafeteria.
mess hall.
The mess hall. Yeah.
I like that.
Is that what they call it on a boat?
Well, they call it, no, that's the galley.
It's a galley.
Yeah, in the galley.
All right,
right.
the galley.
Where we only serve cheese and wine.
All right. Are you ready?
Log. Yeah, let's do it.
Cheers.
Booze, the first frontier. These are the voyages of the USS Bamboozled.boston. Booze date Friday, January 14th, 2021. Join us as we explore all types of alcoholic beverages, bringing history, cockeyed perspective, and to boldly go where so many fine human beings have already gone before. Tonight's booze is Prosecco and Champagne. So I'd like to welcome everyone here to the Booze Log.
And we have the booze cam up right now. Which is
The booze cam. We have a booze cam now.
We have a
thing
booze
for
cam.
the
Wait,
show.
is that it right there?
There it is.
It's a little crooked.
That's fine. It's the booze cam.
It's a booze cam, so it should be.
It's been drinking. The booze cam itself has been consuming cocktails. All right. Well, all right. That's great. Well, all right. So let's
get started.
Let's get started.
I'm going to tell you why. So Sirius XM has a station called Yacht Rock. Now, Yacht Rock is simply this. As they say, these are all the songs from the 70s and 80s that you listened to but were afraid to tell anyone. And when it comes down to it, some of the stuff that's on Yacht Rock is stinking dope. And I
it's
love
really
it.
good.
I'm the first to admit I love some of that smooth adult contemporary things. So then I said, let's do it. And then I said, hey, you know what? And then I started thinking about Caddyshack and Bill Murray and all these other things. And I said, you know what? We got to do it. So Amazon, thank you very much. I went like, okay, let's get some.
Do we still like Amazon?
Well, we got ascots and
ascots. Okay.
And not the pirate hats, the captain hats.
Captain hats.
So then what we did is I just simply went out and got Ménage à Trois.
Oh boy, it's going to be that kind of show.
That is really yachty. Always bring a friend.
Get naughty on the yachty.
Cheers.
I wasn't that funny.
Yes, it was.
All right.
So then we got that.
This is dangerous.
Don't worry, you're not open this.
All right.
You got to shoot someone's eye out with that.
No, I'm not That's one of the things we're going to talk about in the safety tip anyway.
Okay. All right.
Hold on, just
You're gonna.
No.
I mean, I do like it when it ricochets off stuff, but the fact that that was very nice. Good job.
I've had some practice. Okay, so let's pour this up.
Oh, these are.
I've been told I need to be very careful. Aaron, thank you.
Yes, these are the real wine glasses. We don't have champagne glasses. We're going to use wine glasses, and these are the real ones that Aaron got.
There you go.
Oh my goodness! Look at the. Yeah,
so this is Prosecco, and later on we'll talk about the difference between Prosecco and Champagne.
Okay.
Where they both come from.
Sure.
A little bit of history, and then we're going to get deep over there with Mark St. Jean on the history of yachts and Yacht Rock.
Ooh.
He's one of our new info men, besides being a stellar videographer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's.
Thank you very much. Did I do it?
It was good.
It was good.
Am I doing it?
It was closer to a stroke, but I mean, it was it was pretty good.
Why is my left side numb?
It's terrible.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right?
Now I feel bad.
No, it's a thing.
All right, here we go. Let's try it.
All right, gentlemen, cheers. Tiny bubbles.
Oh.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Wow.
This is not my bag. This is not my bag, baby. But I will drink it. I'm going to learn to do this. I'm going to learn to enjoy
Yeah,
this.
it's terrible.
bag,
It's
baby.
terrible. No, it's not good.
Right, it's more for you guys.
This is not.
More for you.
Not for my bag. Still didn't do it, did I?
That's okay.
You keep
I'll keep trying.
practicing.
Yeah, I did.
Cheers.
I did that for a while.
You'll get it.
Keep practicing. So anyway, so this is Prosecco, and this is Ménage à Trois Prosecco from St. Helena, California.
Okay.
Saint.
All right.
St. Helena.
Saint,
All right.
yep.
And the Prosecco House from the northeast Italy. It's in the heartland. It's a small region. And its production techniques, it's better in the bubble business. There's diminished sugar levels that really showcase the quality and style. The world of Prosecco holds much to explore. For a lot of people like wine that like this, it's specifically made out of the Glera grape.
Glera.
Glera.
Okay.
Was used to make Prosecco. It was called both Prosecco and Glera. The thin-skinned green grape has been grown in the Veneto and Friuli regions of northern Italy for hundreds of years. Huh. But it seems to have, lately, Prosecco seems to be very popular.
Yeah, sure. So you're probably going to bring up climates and stuff like that, and like between Italy and then, of course, you said this is Californian, correct?
Right, so it's typically the sub-Mediterranean climate.
Yeah.
The winters are rainy and, kind of warm at times, but then the summers are hot and dry.
Okay.
Very rarely are they wet. And so California and Italy share some of the climate in order to make.
Does it
grapes.
say? Do you know where so they got this particular Glera seed plant from Italy, and they brought it to California to grow to make this Prosecco?
I would think so. That would, of course, have hit me right in the spot where I don't know the answer.
Okay. No.
Yeah, but I'll find out.
I mean, if the origin is Italy and that is champagne, I'm getting ahead of you, but
no, you're fine.
Okay. No,
Is that the difference between Prosecco and...
Well, the key difference is what I just talked about is how the bubbles are made. There's several ways to get carbon dioxide into a bottle of wine. The most expensive and well-known technique is called the traditional method. That is how Champagne produced their iconic sparkling wine. The winemaker fills a bottle with still, dry wine, then adds yeast and sugar before it's sealed with a crown cap. As the yeast consumes the sugar, it gives off CO2 as a byproduct. Huh. The traditional method requires that the second fermentation occurs inside the bottle you buy off the retail shelf. However, this method also changes the wine. It adds complexity, texture, and flavors like brioche and toast, especially as it ages. But not all wine should be handled this way. Some are better, youthful, and bright, which is why Prosecco undergoes a different process. What I just previously told you was champagne. For most, Prosecco, the second fermentation happens in a large tank. There are several names for the process. Charmat Martinati, the Italian method, tank method. Curve close in French, or autoclave in Italian. It's cheaper, faster, and less flavor-intensive than the traditional method. Base wine is added to a pressure tank. Then second fermentation is triggered by adding yeast and sugar. Cooling the wine when the desired atmosphere of pressure have been reached, which stops the rapid fermentation. This method retains Glera's perfume and freshness.
Okay, cool. So, why is this such a celebratory drink? Like New Year's Eve, Any idea on that?
I think it's lighter and fruitier than any of the champagne I've had.
Kind of like a,
You take like a nice, fruity wines are very popular, especially among, I know a lot of ladies who prefer like a fruitier wine taste, like Chardonnays and Zinfandels. Well, then when it comes to this adds adds bubbly to it, and it's like a champagne. It's not as dry as champagne, and it's also fruitier, and that appeals to the palate.
I mean, it's growing on me.
I definitely like this better than
you like this?
I am not a champagne guy. You know, when I go to weddings, it's always waiting on the table for you, and
It never
for
gets
me,
touched.
it's like, oh, this is going to be bad.
I'm the guy that walks around and drinks the untouched ones.
Right. Well, there you go. But this to me is better, and probably because it's less dry. Maybe that's what I'm liking about it better. I'm not sure.
No, it's pretty good though.
It'll grow on you. I mean, it's not the most expensive prosecco. It's a nice mid-ranged, mid-priced, I guess is the best way to put it. And I think that's a pretty good rundown of our prosecco, specifically Ménage à Trois, which, as I said, is in St. Helena, California. And the reason they call it that is because they put and all of their wine, it's a wine mix, so they put 3 different types of wine into every bottle of wine they make.
See. Okay,
hence the Ménage à Trois, a non-sexual reference.
No, it's sexual.
It's sexual. All right, that's right.
Let's just go with that. All right, let's have another sip.
All right, let's have another sip.
You know what? That's pretty good. I think I can do that.
So it took 3-4 sips to get into it.
Just to get it to kind of settle in. And what's the alcohol content, Mike? Do they mention? Is it ABVs on this one?
Yeah, I think it's 11.5.
11.5. Okay. Okay. So it packs a little bit of a punch.
A little bit,
not quite a scotch, but
the only thing you have to be careful of is the one thing, and I've drank quite a bit of this.
It's trying to
with my lady friend. The sugar will get you in the morning. The sugar will get you in the morning because it can give you quite a headache. So you have to make sure to drink plenty of water.
And I probably don't jump off your yacht. Can I do like a pre-safety tip? Because I saw a movie where the guy where the family fell off or jumped off the yacht and they forgot to put the ladder down, and they couldn't get back on the boat.
Oh my God, that's so unyachty.
So unyachty. And
that's terrible.
And I think they all drowned. It was terrible.
Oh,
and the boat just floated away.
That's not a good story.
It's not a good story. Well, I'm just saying, don't drink too much of this stuff and forget to put the ladder down so you can get back in the damn boat.
Always put the ladder down. No.
Oh, I think so. You know what? Now that you mention that, I think it's time for this. Oh. Safety! 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 And the Bamboozled.boston safety tip of the day. Always remember, never ever spill your drink while trying to be yachty. You will thank me in the morning. And always make sure to drink responsible. Do not drink and drive. And please seek help if you find alcohol is your only way to get through the day. You can find helpful links on our website at bamboozled.boston.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was the safety tip of the day. Do not spill your drink while you're trying to be yachty.
I think mine was more life-saving.
It was more
put your ladder down.
Put the ladder down? Yeah.
Yeah. Perception
if I could jump in with a Facebook comment, the first comment we got from Adrian Noy-Smith is, are you getting shirts that say, I got drunkled on bamboozled.boston?
Oh,
we were about that.
Great minds think alike.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last week.
So
we'll work on that.
I have a to-do list, and merch is actually on the to-do list.
Nice.
So we are going to work on that.
We'll be setting up a store.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
So before, you know what, we're going to hold off on bringing the champagne in because I think that we really need. I had an opportunity ahead of time to read some of the research that Mark did about yachts, and we're going to tie this in. We're going to tie this into somebody we spoke about last week, and we hope that you will remember the one specific name he's going to be talking about. And of course, as you know, you have Yacht Rock. Yacht Rock's got that full undotted line all the way to Caddyshack and so many other things. So I'm going to hand this over now to Mr. St. Jean.
Yeah, we're going to try and tie it all in together.
And that's your job. So hit it.
So, the first thing I thought about looking up was yachts.
Sure.
When did yachts
the first
come
word in
into
Yacht
play?
Rock. Yeah.
Give me a guess. What year do you think yachts were built or came into play?
Well, first off, is it bad to try to get a true definition of yacht? So when the true definition of yacht is what? It's not a fishing boat.
It's not a fishing boat.
It's a luxury boat, right?
It's a luxury. So it's a luxury boat.
The yacht definition actually came to be after the yacht came to be, kind of. So
okay.
So the definition came after the thing, because it was a thing.
Yeah.
Way back.
Okay.
And then until someone very important got on one and used it as a personal transport, is when it became referred to as a luxury thing.
So a personal transport that isn't really for goods or war,
non-naval
or fishing.
It was a naval vessel first.
It was.
Oh. And actually, you know what? I threw a curveball at you because I don't know what year that the first yacht was built.
Okay.
But I'll tell you this. In 1660...
Wow, that's a pretty long time ago. Yeah.
Charles II of England, when he came back into power, they called it his resurrection as the king. Yep. He had been exiled to Europe.
Okay.
He used a yacht to be transported back. And it wasn't until then that anybody had used a yacht for personal use, for luxury use.
What ship, does it say what ship it was?
It does not. It did not.
So it had to have been some sort of naval ship.
It was a naval ship, yes. It was used by the Navy. The Dutch actually used it in their Navy. So it was a naval vessel first.
Okay.
So then we get into what is a yacht? We kind of know what a yacht is when we go to, when I go to Bar Harbor, Maine, I see them all the time.
Bar Harbor.
So a yacht is a sail or power vessel used for pleasure, cruising or racing, and there's no standard definition. The term applies to such vessels that have a cabin with amenities and accommodate overnight use. So to be termed a yacht as opposed to a boat.
Should we stop? Should we stop right now and just rewind this bitch all the way back?
What happened?
I forgot to push record.
That's all right. I'm recording over here. I got the sound from that.
We forgot to press record.
Stand by for technical difficulties.
No, hold on. I'm going to push record.
Yeah, go ahead and push record. I got the recording over here, though.
All right, when that's red, we're using another piece of new gear, of course. Because that's what we do here at Bamboozled.
Every week we do something new.
Okay, so Mark, we're gonna sew these two audio pieces together.
Piece of cake.
It's gonna be a piece of cake. So sorry to interrupt you with this minor technical problem.
The record button.
That's all right. That's all right.
What an a-hole. Okay.
We're professionals at work here.
Yes, we are. All right, so continue, Mark. We are riveted.
So the yacht definition is pretty vague. Basically, it's a personal use with an overnight cabin. And, and there's different classes. There's a commercial yacht, a racing yacht. Commercial yacht has to be 79 feet or more.
Okay.
And then, the mega yachts, the super yachts tend to be 131 feet.
Plus. Wow.
Plus. Which I've seen some pretty crazy yachts up in
Steven Spielberg's yacht is in Fort Lauderdale, I believe. And we had a hotel next to it.
Right.
And it was bigger than the hotel.
Yeah. They're crazy. Had a helicopter on it.
Oh, it had everything. Yeah. Jet ski, ejection ports, and it was amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, Newport again, a good selection.
Well, Newport is another. Yeah. There's a couple of good canoes down there as well.
And speaking of Newport,
okay,
actually,
all right.
What do they call that when you
segue?
Sure. That was a nice segue. So 300 years later. That was 1660. 300 years later, 1960, was the next important yacht.
Oh, okay.
The next important famous yacht was a 37-foot 1960 Wheeler Express cruiser.
Interesting. Okay, 37 feet.
That's 37 foot.
Okay.
Its name was the SS Minnow.
You really going there?
I'm telling you. That was a yacht.
That was a real yacht.
It was a fictional yacht.
Okay.
But there's actually a real boat, and it was a 1960 Wheeler Express cruiser, which is actually still out there in service. I think it's New Brunswick. Somebody owns it, and they
what do you mean? So you're talking about the original,
the actual boat they used in the show.
Hey, that's pretty
cool. For the opening of the show. Yeah. The one on the island was, of course,
sunk or washed up or
all beat up and fake. Yeah. But the opening of the show when they set sail on the 3-hour cruise. Just nice. So, I mean, one of my favorite shows growing up. I don't know about you guys.
Well, the Ginger Marianne thing. Hey, we should make mention that Marianne unfortunately passed away.
She was my real first crush.
Was it last week?
Or the week before?
It was 2020, I thought. Was it 2021?
It might have been 2020.
I thought it was.
We'd have to look that up. But it was very recent. Very recent.
And 80-something years old, still smoking.
I didn't see any photos of her.
Yeah, she was pretty good looking, 80-year-old woman.
Good for her.
So for those who don't know, the SS Minnow was a charter vessel on a TV show, and the crew was the skipper and Gilligan.
Yeah,
and they went out with 5 guests for a 3-hour cruise. And the radio accidentally broadcast the weather forecast for the previous day. So there was a storm coming that the skipper could not prepare for because he didn't know it was coming.
Oh.
And that's how they got stranded onto the island.
I never knew that particular story.
Yeah.
So there was a mishap.
It was a radio mistake.
Okay.
So the ship's wheel of rudder control was broken during the storm, and they drifted for a few days and hit an underwater reef, and
that was enough to.
And it was near the island, and which eventually they got beached. Shortly after the wreck, the professor, who was good at making stuff, he tried to make nails to patch up the holes.
We're going to go through the episodes now.
Yeah. Well, this is all the first episode.
First episode.
First episode. And then he ended up making a glue substitute. And because Gilligan and Marianne, actually, speaking of Marianne, had found some tree sap and heated it, and they were going to use it for syrup. Well, the professor heated it up, and it made a glue.
I think I remember that episode.
Which then
it was very sticky.
It it did, and he patched the holes. And I remember the episode, and then it dried up, turned to powder, and the board started flying off of the boat, popping off.
Hollywood style.
And Hollywood style.
Sure.
And then Thurston Howell, who we actually have Thurston Howell here tonight.
Oh, he's here?
I was trying to find Lovey when I came in, but she seems to have left.
So Thurston Howell III and his wife, Thurston Howell was actually, the couple was from Newport, Rhode Island.
Which I think is hysterical because I have a tad bit of history with Newport myself.
Right. And Thurston was educated at Harvard.
Harvard University.
So that... Yeah, that ties in New England to it. Which is interesting. And, the whole yacht progression from 1660. I was surprised to find out, that far back they were using a yacht.
Sure. Well, I mean, then something that transports people luxuriously, I would think instantly that's the definition of a yacht.
Well, it became that after Charles II.
Which makes sense.
Indeed.
Which is a whole interesting story, too.
What is the definition of word yacht? Where did that come from in its odd spelling?
That is an excellent question that I don't know the answer to.
Okay. We get Thurston over here. I see him Googling.
I'm going to find out what a yacht is. I'm always talking about one. It's a medium-sized sailboat equipped for cruise or racing, but it doesn't really say much else about it. Really irritating.
Just the word itself. I'm just curious where they came up from the word.
Well, it says okay. Well, no, it's not saying a damn thing here.
I had trouble finding the origin of the boat.
Here we go. Now to my regular voice. Mid-16th century, from early modern Dutch yachte, from yachte ship, fast pirate ship, from yacht hunting ship. It says it right there.
What's it say?
Ship.
Oh, with a CH.
Yeah,
well, that's interesting. Ship. Oh, my God.
All right,
so is it Angry Chihuahua again?
Okay, so continue.
So anyways, that's the yacht portion of the Yacht Rock. We're building now to the music. And, where did the music come from? Well,
thanks, Mike Arsenal.
What did he say?
He gave us like a thing to the website about boating.
Oh, he did?
Nice.
Yeah. Oh,
love it.
Thanks, Mike. We appreciate
Good
that.
job.
We like an interactive audience.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The research is coming in from all over.
Yeah.
Jump right in there.
So, the Yacht Rock thing is basically, it's like a revival, I guess, of the 70s, like soft rock, adult contemporary type music.
Yeah.
As Mike said in the intro, that you used to listen to, but you didn't tell anybody.
Never told anybody.
Moving on from the 70s into 1980.
Oh,
okay.
Because Yacht Rock actually happened there as well.
Hey, can you pass me the what are we drinking?
Prosecco?
Prosecco.
Yeah,
Prosecco?
I'm empty myself, actually.
We'll make sure.
You know what? We put a little dent in this. I mean, it's like
it was me that put the
It's
dent
fruity
into
and
it.
good.
Mike, what's this bottle cost? If you don't mind me asking for our listeners.
$15.
Okay, that's very
Nice.
I don't mean to drink all of that.
So you can enjoy this for relatively affordable.
That's reasonable.
There you go. That's for you.
So, one of my favorite movies and a source of some of this Yacht Rock is Caddyshack.
Yes, love the Caddyshack.
Great movie. Was released in July of 1980. So this was Harold Ramis's first directorial movie. I mean, he had never directed a movie prior to that.
All right.
He did write Animal House with another guy, Douglas Kenny.
Great flick. Great flick.
Yeah.
Oh,
The mashed potatoes thing.
Totally.
Great.
Yeah.
One of the greatest
The
things.
guitar on the stairway was
Oh my God, you
Amazing.
two, stop it!
What?
Wait, are you talking about? You're not talking about Caddyshack, right?
no.
we're talking about Animal House.
Oh
Yeah.
my word! You almost gave me a coronary.
Yeah, we're talking about Animal House. But,
How about this next-
oh my God, it's the wrong movie.
Hey,
It's
I have
the
an
wrong
idea.
movie.
Maybe next time I'll pay attention to what you're saying.
There you go.
He's been waiting.
There you go. The new buttons. We need like a button cam. That would be cool.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
So it was written by and it was directed by Harold Ramis, but he was also the writer. Brian Doyle Murphy was one of the writers, along with
Actually, that's Brian Doyle Murray.
Murray. I said Murphy, didn't I?
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
Go
Murray.
on. Yes,
Thank you for correcting me.
you're welcome.
Douglas Kenny also was one of the writers. It starred, Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, Brian Doyle Murray, Chevy Chase, Ted Knight, John Murray. Was Bill's younger brother. He was actually in the movie as one of the caddies.
As one of the caddies, I know what you're talking about.
But he was not credited in the movie.
I remember him being in there,
and I don't know if he even had a speaking part.
But you know what other movie he was in? He was in Scrooged.
Yes.
He was Bill Murray's brother.
Yes, he was. Yes,
So
he
real
was.
life.
Real life brother.
Yeah.
Playing his movie brother.
He was also in Elf.
Elf.
He was cast in Elf as, you ready for this? The name of his character?
What?
Man in Elevator.
Oh, that's his.
Oh.
So there's a little Easter egg nugget to look for the next time
Man
you
in
watch
Elevator
Elf.
of Elf.
Yeah, it was Bill Murray's brother
Murray's
standing
brother.
in the elevator.
At least he got the gig. I wonder if he gets paid for that. He's got to get paid for that.
He must get something.
I was
Just standing in an
thinking,
elevator.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's
Whatever rate is, I guess. But yeah, so for those again who don't know the movie, it's about a young guy, Danny Noonan, played by Michael O'Keefe, who was also in Roxanne as he was Jackie's boyfriend.
It's
Grown
Roseanne.
up.
It was
Yeah.
Roseanne.
What did I say?
kick his ass, Seabass.
Yeah, Roxanne, Roseanne. Mike is here. It'll be okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's all right, man. It's all right. I said Roxanne. So, he was a teen down in his luck, and he took a caddy job to try to get himself into college. And the golf course that he was, being a caddy on had a scholarship contest for the caddies.
That's right.
Where they would play golf, and I think the winner got chosen or something. So he was trying to work with the guy who was one of the benefactors of the scholarship,
Chevy Chase.
who was actually Chevy Chase's father, I think, was in the movie, but it was Ted Knight. It's Ted Knight's character.
Oh, it's Ted Knight's character.
He was the judge.
He was the judge.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite lines is that to Danny.
Go ahead.
You do drugs, Danny? Every day. That would never, ever make it to a movie now.
Right.
No.
Cancel it. Cancel it.
So, Bill Murray. Let's talk about Bill Murray. Because he was in last week's episode.
He was in last week's episode.
Oh, that's right.
He sponsored a certain kind of vodka. Stolenicha?
Okay.
Something like that. Anyway, we've talked about him. So go on.
Right. So, I mean, you had mentioned to me, the Bill Murray thing. We could mention Bill Murray again. And, the discussion was, I bet we can mention him in every show. And it's like, I bet we can tie everything we ever talk about to Bill Murray.
I officially dare you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
Good.
Enter the Bamboozled Bill Murray reference.
Yeah. The challenge. The
we'll need music for this too.
Bill Murray challenge.
So,
brought to you by Bam Drunkled.
By Bam Drunkled.
You better copyright that fast.
You got to.
So, and Bill Murray I'm a big fan of his, and the whole mystique that's around him.
Yes.
He is, he's the Zen master of movies. He's got this whole thing. And there's documentaries about the Bill Murray experience where he shows up at people's houses and does things, different parties and stuff. So he played Carl Spackler in the Caddyshack movie, which oh my god, can you do his voice, Mike?
No, but that first scene with him in the ball cleaner, he's like, oh, Mrs. Smith. Oh, that's right, you're a bad girl, Mrs. Smith.
That is a great scene.
So inappropriate.
Oh,
it's great.
Great scene.
Great scene. The gopher. Oh, come here. There's the gopher.
Greasy gopher guts.
Yeah, and he hunts a gopher throughout the movie.
Throughout, which is a very good dancer, by the way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, and they actually had a discussion. They had I think it was Howell Ramis wanted to use a real animal.
Yes. Oh, I heard about this.
But they ended up going with the puppet.
Good, because it wouldn't have worked. A real gopher would not have. It wouldn't have been half as funny. You couldn't do half those little tricks with the dancing and the. No way.
Yeah, no, it's true. But another scene that stands out to me for Bill Murray in that movie is the Cinderella story.
Oh, the Cinderella.
When he narrates the Cinderella story.
Yeah. He's with Chevy Chase when he does this.
Yeah, I think he was by himself. I'm not positive. But he improvised that whole thing.
Yes, I heard.
He improvised that whole thing. He was given 2 lines of stage direction from Harold Ramis, and he said he said to Murray to imagine himself announcing his own fantasy sports moment. So Murray simply asked for 4 rows of mums, and he did the scene.
He's hitting the mums with the golf.
He knew right off the bat, just give me the mums, and I got it. He already had it in his head.
The Bill Murray mystique.
The Bill Murray mystique. I got to be honest with you. In Zombieland, when he got killed,
I've never seen Zombieland.
Never seen Zombieland?
Zombieland's a great movie.
Great movie.
You need to see Zombieland and Part 2.
And Part 2.
And Battleship, I know.
You haven't seen Battleship yet?
No.
And you're wearing a nautical hat? Shame on you.
I did my homework. By the way, I did not think to include this in the show tonight.
I'm so embarrassed.
Okay? I did my homework. I just got a thing from Margot DeFazio.
Aunt Margot.
She heard Bill Murray's on his way. He missed the beginning.
Yeah.
And then she wants to know what's with the captain's hat and what are we drinking. Well, so we are doing, Margot, we're doing a Yacht Rock episode here. So we all are captains of our own vessel.
Well, it goes back to Danny Noonan. If you remember, he got invited by the judge to go on his yacht. Yes. So he showed up with a captain's hat. He had an ascot, and then he also had a pipe. And remember the girl, Lacey Underall. That was her name.
Yes. Right. His love interest.
His love interest, which she's like, no. Right. He's what? So go on with the Bill Murray.
So I'm getting back to the Bill Murray Zen master thing.
Yes.
I'm doing some research again on it. It was suggested that Caddyshack may have been where this started. there was another scene with Chevy Chase, which is a great scene. And he's telling, I think they're smoking weed together during the scene. I think they were sitting inside his little shack. And so he tells a story of when he caddied for the Dalai Lama. So the story goes, and he says to Chevy Chase, so we finished the 18th, and he's going to stiff me. And I say, hey, Lama, hey, how about a little something, like for the effort, And he says, oh, well, there won't be any money, but when you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice. And so, and kind of analyzing that, is that him, he's totally at peace with that. That's all he needed.
Right.
So the rest of his life, he's living in the moment. He's good. Because he knows when he gets to that deathbed, he's going to have total consciousness.
Right.
There's nothing more to worry about. Excuse me. So, some other interesting notes about the movie.
Carry on.
Sure. Some other interesting notes about the movie is it was inspired by Brian Doyle Murray and his brother Bill and John. They were caddies at a country club in Illinois.
No way.
Yeah. So they had some of these actual experiences. I thought one way to present these might be to ask you if they were real, but there was a young woman in the movie, the character of Maggie.
Oh yeah,
yes,
girl who Maggie thought she was pregnant, but then she wasn't.
Right. She was actually based on real people at the club that they worked at.
Really?
The Baby Ruth candy bar scene in the pool.
One of the greatest.
Duty.
It's a real thing. That really happened.
What do you mean that really happened?
It happened at I think it was at Brian's high school.
That's great.
Someone threw a Baby Ruth in the pool at the high school.
Okay, I can appreciate that because nobody after the movie came out, nobody did that ever.
No. Baby Ruth's sales probably went through the roof.
And so did chlorine.
So, and then the scene where Rodney Dangerfield's character hits Judge Smalls in the genitals with a golf ball.
Okay.
That happened to Ramis on what he said was the second of his 2 rounds of golf on a 9-hole public course. He actually got hit in the nuts with a golf ball.
That's impressive. It's a tough shot.
So yeah. So the film was shot over 11 weeks in 1979. The golf scenes were filmed at various clubs in Florida, and they chose Rolling Hills Golf Club in Florida because it had no palm trees, and he wanted it to look like a Midwest golf course.
Sure. Okay.
The explosions at the end of the movie, when Bill Murray has had enough.
Right,
yeah.
Does it with
he blows up the whole golf course. That was actually reported by a pilot in Fort Lauderdale. He was coming in from a flight.
And he saw the explosions.
He saw the explosions.
They were filming.
He thought a plane crashed.
That's great.
Oh, wow.
So it was actually called in. And the yacht scene, again, tying into the yachts.
Sure.
Was filmed at the Rusty Pelican restaurant in Key Biscayne, Florida.
Rusty Pelican. I guess that's better.
I know. I know you can say.
So I'm not going to say it. A rusty trombone.
Nice.
Oh, you're having way too much fun over there.
Good sound effects. So, good. Kenny Loggins was involved in that movie, in the theme music.
Yes. Let's crank that up a little bit, Mike. Let's get a little.
Let's turn it up.
I love Kenny Loggins. You guys remember the dance?
No. Oh, God.
Surprised I could still move like that.
Yeah. So yeah, he wrote that, I believe, with Michael McDonald actually, and they have on the playlist "What a Fool Believes," is a well-known one. Heart to Heart. This Is It.
All of those are Yacht Rock.
They're all Yacht Rock songs.
Let's grab another one, Mike. What else you get for Yacht Rock there? Let's diagnose.
Oh, you
break something down here.
Classic
Yacht Rock.
Oh my gosh, yes, you will love this one as soon as I can get to it. Hold on. Okay. Is that how you're going to be now?
You're just waiting. Yes.
So how does this all bring us to Yacht Rock and what's happening, what we're about to talk about? This was a long intro. 25 years after Caddyshack, there was a mockumentary done by J.D. Reisner and Hunter Stair and David B. Lyons, and it was titled Yacht Rock, and the name stuck, and that's it.
And that was it.
That was it.
So that was 25 years after Caddyshack. And
so it was about that music of the mid 70s to the mid 80s or so.
So that was 2005.
That was 2005.
And that's where Yacht Rock was born.
That's where the title or the name or the category or the genre was born.
Okay.
And that's why we have what we're talking about today.
Sure. So this is believe it or not, this is the radio station that I listen to the most. Outside of 1940s music, which of course I'm a huge big band fan, and it's got all of this like ridiculously good music from when I was a kid till when I was a teenager. It was on radio, and when I'm a teacher, and when I tell my kids this, they look at me like this is like stuff my grandparents listened to.
Well, technically, it kind of
is, but the musicianship. I mean, Steely Dan, number one.
Steely Dan,
a lot of the stuff came out of Southern California, out of LA, out of San Diego, and it is absolutely phenomenal music, well written, and you can argue with me all you want. That's my opinion about it, and I think it's phenomenal. But we got more than just that, though.
I'm really enjoying this. This is great.
Here we go. Here is another mainstay that I will bring up in just a minute. Oh, here we go. This is great.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yes.
Now we're getting really yachty.
Yes. This is awfully yachty.
It's very yachty.
All right. Okay, so this one. But the other thing they play a lot is this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But the one that they play the most is his most popular. Which is,
let's let this one run a little bit.
Which goes perfectly with yacht music and yachting.
Speaking of which, where are we at with the booze? We ready for another bottle or what?
We're ready to go into champagne.
Yeah,
buddy.
I'm empty over here.
Into the champagne. Let's listen to a little music while and get that popping sound if you don't mind. We'll get that right on the mic because I'm dying to sample it. Oh, what a great song! Listen to that guitar. Yes.
Woo!
What a sound!
Right in time with the song.
Oh, perfect.
Almost feels like summer, doesn't it?
It almost feels like summer.
Like sitting on Sunset Pier in Key West.
We kind of are, sort of, aren't we?
This is just like Sunset Pier in Key West.
Boy, I'd like to go back to Key West sometime soon.
Amen.
Soon,
Yeah.
Soon enough.
You know what?
This will
I think
all be
I'm
over.
Gonna book a trip?
I'm gonna book a trip. How's that? It's cheap, I think, too.
It is right now.
Or we're just waiting for you to finish.
Oh,
second.
hold on. Let me crush this. Let me smash this like it's a frat house.
Very tough words for a guy in a pink shirt.
This is a salmon. This is salmon colored. It's not quite pink.
So salmon's okay.
The salmon's okay. In my cashmere sweater.
Tied properly.
It's tied properly.
Indeed, tied properly. Yeah. There we go. All right, before we drink champagne, it's time.
Dude, that was the hook. You got right to the hook and you canceled the song. Holy shit.
Makes you want more, doesn't it?
Ooh, this is never sampled by anybody.
Not at all.
No, ever.
Never heard it.
The original's still badass. I don't care what anybody says.
Almost done. I can't cross the streams, right?
Another Bill Murray reference.
I just chugged Prosecco. This is not going to be good. Now we're on to champagne.
We're high end.
Well, high end. If we're going to chug something, it's going to be Prosecco.
We're drinking champagne and Prosecco. We're chugging it.
Ooh, listen to that. I mean, just funky. So good.
That clavinet
is just about as funky as it gets.
Historic fails for champagne. There was and still is a history of people doing something called sabering a bottle of champagne.
Sabering?
They take an actual saber and try to knock the cork out.
That doesn't sound...
Most of the time it ends up the
broken bottle.
Explodes. A broken bottle.
That doesn't sound safe at all. Sabering.
Another thing you should never do, as you noticed when I opened the cork, I kept it close to me and kept my hand over it. Never point at anybody. They always show on TV, they're like, hey! And they pop it.
And it goes over. Yeah.
You're not
and
supposed
it's fast, man.
It's
got some pressure behind it.
You'll shoot your eye out. You should not, you got to be careful.
Put a cock in it. Well, it's a Boston cork. Put a cock in it.
That always makes things better. So let's talk about Korbel champagne a little bit. It is from
the booze cam, right?
We got the booze cam. Korbel champagne is, where's that from? It is from Guerneville, California, also known as Sonoma County. Sonoma County is world famous, I tell you, in dealing in wine. So Korbel puts out their champagne from there. Okay. And they have a variety. They have brut, extra dry, rosé, or even organic for all those organic yachters. Natural. They have all types of things. It's an authentic Italian bubbly bursting with a bright blend of vibrant flavors. So that is, it is pretty much, it's considered a very dry champagne, which it is. It's painfully dry. And,
it doesn't,
established 1882, and it's considered an extra dry California champagne. As I said, if you want a nice middle of the road, if you don't want to break the bank and have a decent wine, I'd go with Korbel. If you want something a little bit more expensive and,
go in and share on your page, Sean.
Okay.
Oh, we're back.
I can figure out how to do that again.
So there's a song called Dream Police. So we should do one called The Facebook Police.
Facebook Police. Deleting everyone. Hey!
We don't like what you say, so now you go away.
Well, you know, when the whole COVID thing started and all the musicians started broadcasting live,
they stopped all that.
They put a kibosh on that. Yeah. And now there's obviously they're opening a division for that kind of thing.
Right.
Where they're going to charge you to do it, probably.
All right, I'm trying to figure out how to. Wait a minute. I'm still getting the sharing thing. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to share it.
So the nice thing about the Korbel champagne is it's got a nice bright citrus, vanilla, and spice flavor. It goes wonderfully with triple cream cheeses, dried fruits, pate, and spicy Asian cuisine.
Oh, I should have brought some snacky foods down or something. That would have been...
My God, I show up on your yacht. You don't even have a snack.
I didn't even bring snacks.
There's no cheese.
So that goes good with if you want something that's nice and it's got that nice bright citrus flavor. You put that with some fruits, some spicy Asian cuisine. Especially, it really offsets the spiciness of the food. I suggest Korbel California champagne. And so there you go. So let's talk a little bit about those famous people who drink champagne.
Please.
Okay. Let's do
and I'm going to run down the names. So we got the Boston Bruins love Ace of Spades. Lady Gaga prefers Dom Perignon. Prince Albert of Monaco likes Perrier Jouy. Nicki Minaj loves Ace. Ace of Spades is very popular. Ace of Spades. Scarlett Johansson, Moet and Chandon. Leonardo DiCaprio, Ace of Spades. And Rihanna, Ace of Spades.
Interesting. So where do we find this Ace of Spades stuff besides like a Motorhead album?
The Ace of Spades.
Motorhead. Yeah, so I don't know. I've never had it before. I just noticed. I'm like, wow, that comes up a lot.
Oh, wait. I think we're back on Facebook, right?
We are.
So let's tell everybody the Facebook police deleted us if we haven't already done that because we're playing music, which is...
Where's the fail sound?
Where is it? Where are we going here, Mike?
The whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Oh, jeez.
The
you know
Facebook
what?
police.
This is.
Yeah, here we go.
God forbid.
Now we got a problem.
You know. Cuckerberg.
Computer cancel red alert.
We shall now cancel you.
You are canceled.
Dog A 23245.4.
Mr. Crusher, whoop factor 5. Dude, you're killing it. You're killing it with that.
And these are stock sounds. I mean, I don't know.
Hopefully they're not copywritten.
I hope not. Then we're gonna get shut down on something
with the Facebook police. So we went over the list of people who drink champagne and their types of champagne. Also, as far as Yacht Rock acts, we played Ambrosia, Kenny Loggins, Jordan Benson, Chicago, Steely Dan, Christopher Cross, and of course one of the most popular Yacht Rock songs of all time.
Get ready for the boot, people. Here it comes.
Okay.
Well, only do it for a couple seconds. See if that.
All right, let's do a short version. See if Cuckerberg is listening.
We got to. Oh, this is great.
Great song.
It is a great song.
And this is.
All right, shut up. Quick, shut up. We still on?
You guys know what we're talking about, right? You've heard that song before?
I've never heard it before in my entire
We're
life.
critiquing the music here, people. Let's not cancel culture the frickin' podcast.
That, of course, is Toto, which is a studio band out of L.A. with what I consider one of the most underrated studio guitar players of all time, Steve Lukather.
Yes.
Steve Lukather is an absolute monster. Of course, Jeff Porcaro, God bless his soul, who was an unbelievable drummer, along with David Page, keyboard player, Steve Porcaro on keyboard, and we also had David Hungate, the original bassist, and then it was Mike Porcaro, who unfortunately passed away as well, was the bass player pretty much right around when Toto 4 hit the charts. They are personally one of my top 2 favorite bands. I think some of their off-track stuff is better than anything, and they're unbelievable players. They have backed up Michael Jackson and so many other artists, Michael McDonald as well, and are stellar musicians and stellar songwriters, singers, instrumentalists, and they are a yacht rock staple. My God, if you don't have Toto, then why even take the yacht out of the dock?
Looking at the Facebook comments, Paul Logus just asked
Captain and Tennille.
Is this the Captain and Tennille channel?
Yes.
So did Captain and Tennille make the cut to Yacht Rock? It would seem
they do not play on Yacht Rock.
That's odd, right, Captain Tennille?
I mean, he's got a hat.
That makes perfect sense. The
guy's got the hat.
He's got the captain hat. I mean, I would think that this would be part of the.
I blame Paul Logus for this.
Paul Logus, this is your fault. We're gonna get shut off Facebook because of this.
Okay, there we go.
All right,
that's all we get. Are we still on?
We're still on.
All right,
we're currently still live.
We're driving those programmers in California out their minds.
That's why the podcast. Let me make a little commercial here. Go to your favorite podcast location. Download the subscribe to the Bamboozled.boston podcast, because we will do whatever we want until the police are knocking on the door. So you get the full effect.
That's pretty much been my MO.
The way things are going, they will be knocking on the door
within
pretty much 6 months. So we've got let's see. I'm trying to look. Believe it or not, this.
Oh, really? That's Yacht Rock?
The Space Cowboy.
That's considered Yacht Rock. Of course, that's Steve Miller. Awesome stuff.
Reading about it last night.
That's Erin's favorite band, Steve Miller.
Is it really?
Swear to God.
I thought it was Bruce Springsteen.
She's yelling at her computer right now because she hates Steely Dan. Yeah. I mean,
Bruce Springsteen.
No, the first one I said.
Okay, so I lied.
Steve Miller. She hates
Bubbles.
Steve Miller.
So it's starting to
take effect.
It's starting to play a little game with my brain here.
I'm getting confused.
So I lied.
That's the other girlfriend.
Look at Erin saying the worst. The worst.
Sorry, Erin.
So Carrie finally just logged in and she's saying, "What about the Doobies or Michael McDonald?
We already played those. We already got shut down because we played those.
We got kicked off because we played
a bunch of Michael.
Yeah.
So I did lie about something though. I said Toto was. Actually, this song is the pinnacle yacht rock, because when you're on your yacht and you're entertaining a friend, this is what you want to play. This is about as yachty as you can get.
Oh, so yachty.
Very yachty. I'm still not doing it.
All right, sorry. I just said, because...
You haven't hit my song yet.
Yes, Carrie, that's a stock sound. Yes. That's a stock sound.
Non-copywritten.
Oh,
this has been fun.
Yeah, yes, Paul. There's a lot of Captain and no Tennille. I know.
A lot of Captain.
We need more Tennille.
We need some Tennille.
We need some Tennille.
We're actually taking applications for a Tennille. Anybody out there wants to apply?
Be a Tennille.
Send us an email.
Be a real Tennille.
Oh God! Make it stop. All right, so this has been a lot of fun.
Hold on, I can't let this go away. Little River Band.
Little River Band.
Cool change.
Okay.
Brother,
It's got to be on the list.
You absolutely. Or it is. It is.
Were you going to close the show out?
I was getting there.
Okay,
but no. I have to go along with this.
There's one. Go ahead. Carry on.
Would they shut the internet off?
Yeah,
That's what they call dead air.
Yeah.
Well, I can't help that it's taking so long. Oh my word! Will they control everything? Will they control everything?
Great track, Mike.
They have logged into your phone.
Dude, you're not playing nothing right now.
You're all done. You're all shut. Done. I am gonna shut this shit down. Filming in front of a live studio audience.
All right, so Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about Cool Change while my phone decides what it wants to do?
Cool Change, great song. Goes back to my childhood, sitting on Hampton Beach with my transistor radio, looking out at the ocean.
Transistor radio.
WRKO days.
Yikes! WRKO.
That was
WRKO.
There we go. This is the song.
Where's the booze cam?
Where's the hold on, let me get the booze cam up. There's the booze cam. Everybody.
There's one thing in my life that's missing.
Sing it, Sean.
It's the time that I spend alone.
Yes, you're at the wrong camera, dude.
All right, we have to be careful. We'll get kicked off.
Yeah. So, where's that alarm sound?
Oh, it's you gotta flip the page there. I got you.
So this is the extra booze alert.
This is the extra booze.
The Bamboozled extra booze alert.
Mr. Crusher, bring the extra booze.
Get it all she's got.
Batten down the hatches.
So if we're gonna do some yacht rock stuff, you gotta have like a
extra booze.
You gotta have a nice single malt scotch.
Oh,
okay? Yes.
The Belvini triple cask.
Tell us a little bit about that, if you could.
Well, it comes in a glass bottle. Ooh. It tastes delicious.
Ooh.
And it is.
I'm sold.
Nobody can hear what the hell I'm saying, anyways. All right, there it is, Mike, right in front of the. Back in front of the.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Got to give props to Steely Dan.
Yes, most Steely Dan.
Woof.
Good stuff.
Are we at the?
Yeah, we're gonna stop playing because we'll get in trouble.
Carrie and Paul? What's the limit? How much can we play before Facebook?
How much?
Shuts the
how
door?
long can we play copywritten music without getting?
While we're critiquing it. That was
nobody's buying these records anymore. Let us promote them, please, people.
Yeah, we give them a good critique, actually.
I think we do, right? Yeah. Well, let's try this. So this is the Belvini single barrel scotch. Blah blah blah. And you guys were talking about champagne and stuff. This is when you get on my boat. This is
whiskey.
This is what we're drinking. You can leave your prosecco at the gate
on my boat
on the dock. This is probably gonna make me barf. Here we go.
It smells really good.
Oh, this is really good stuff. I didn't bring any ice down, so this is the purest of the purest.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Mm. Isn't that good?
Yeah, can really taste that good. Charcoal.
Damn! Listen to that.
That is Yacht Rock. They play this.
Yacht Rock.
Is it really? This song was played every morning in the cafeteria at my high school. Every morning. This and Purple Haze on the jukebox.
Really?
We had jukebox at What Do You Check my freshman year.
Listen to that piano.
It's great.
So good. So good.
Grace Slick did absolutely nothing in the song. She danced.
Well, she did something.
Well, true.
Okay, thanks, Jane.
All right, are we still on, Mark? Did we get the boot yet?
We're still going. We're 13 minutes in.
Maybe there is just a quick 5-second limit. That was Jefferson Starship, which it went from Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship to just Starship in the 80s. Of course, they ended up creating one of the most forgettable, memorable videos, which is "We Built This City" on Rock and Roll.
Oh my God, I remember that.
I teach the history of MTV, and I use that. And the kids stare at the screen like, "You guys actually watched this?"
Right? The kids they get it.
Yeah,
they get how brutal it is.
But it was definitely out of my.
This doesn't really mix well. Champagne and scotch.
It was a tough transition.
That was it. It's tough, man.
Okay. This is another Yacht Rock staple.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm feeling so yachty right now.
So yachty.
Player. Man, I remember this is like.
Dude, listen to that bass. That is the purest. That's right into the board. That is just flat wounds.
I can hear my mother's console stereo right now.
Can you?
With
the sliding thing that you put the records in?
Yes.
We had one of those.
47-inch woofers in the side.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Well, for me, growing up, I grew up with this music. I'm a little older than my compadres here on my right and left, and it brings me back to late grade school.
Back to your college days?
No. Back to actually it takes me back to my junior high school days and high school. And it's stuff that apparently has a market share because they wouldn't have a station devoted to it. And I just happen to find it very entertaining, and I like reminiscing about growing up. And it's good stuff,
dude. It really is good stuff. When we end the show, we're gonna put this on as we break things down, and we're gonna listen to Yacht Rock straight up.
Amen.
I think that's a great idea.
All right.
I might take the hat off, or I might not.
I don't think I'm ever taking the hat.
Yeah,
my
you
hair's
just leave
all
it
messed
on.
up.
I think it works for me. What do you think?
I think it works. For you.
So Paul said shots with a champagne chaser. So Paul, we don't shoot booze here, okay? We don't shoot booze here.
Paul is an idea man, I can tell.
He is an idea man, yes. He's brilliant. Paul is brilliant.
All right, so I think what we need to do is it's time to close this out. This has been a really enjoyable segment, personally for me, but we enjoyed kind of building it from the ground up. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as well. I'd like to thank our guests, which we didn't have any. I'd like to thank our sponsors, and we don't have any. And
we have the booze.
But what we do have is we have all our Bamboozled.boston podcast listeners. Please tell your friends to seek us out at their favorite podcast platform. Ask them to subscribe and give Bamboozled.boston a 5-star rating. Of course, we already assume you've given us a 5-star rating.
Of course.
But if you've not, then please do. Make sure to also visit our website, www.bamboozled.boston, to connect with all our socials and email to send us feedback or any suggestions. And please, Sean wrote it 3 times, so it's got to be important.
It's important.
Send us your favorite original cocktail recipes for us to possibly feature. From all of us here at Bamboozled.boston, please safely keep your glass bottoms up, and see you next week.
Cheers.
All right, let's do some whiskey. Well, scotch. All right, everybody. Thank you. Good night. Woo!
They can't shut us down for this song.
They cannot. They cannot.
Can I tell my Irish joke now?
Go ahead. We're rolling. We're still on the shit book, right?
We're still on the clock.
So the Irishman comes into the pub. He's new in town. He goes up to the barkeep. Says, "Can I have 3 pints?" And sure, bartender gives him 3 pints, and he goes and he sits down. He drinks his 3 pints. And he comes in again the next night, and he asks for 3 pints. And again, the bartender serves him 3 pints, and he goes and he sits down and he drinks them. This goes on for a while, for a fortnight, as the Irishman would say.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
And So he comes in and the bartender asked him, he said, why do you come in and ask for 3 pints every night? Well, because I have 2 brothers and, one's in the Navy, one's in the Army, and we always drink together. So wherever they are in the world right now, I know they're drinking with me as well. So he has the 3 pints with them. So this goes on again for a fortnight or so. They're used to it. He's coming in for the 3 pints. And he comes in one night and he says, can I have 2 pints tonight? And the bartender says, oh, yes, of course, sir. Here's your 2 pints. And he comes in the next night and he asks for 2 pints. And yes, sir, here you go. Here's your 2 pints. And the next thing you know, there's cards coming in and there's flowers coming in and they're addressed to this man. And, he says, is it a holiday? What's up with this town? Why is there all the flowers and cards? I don't understand. Well, those are for you, sir. Obviously you've lost one of your brothers. May I ask which one of you lost? You're not getting the 3 pints anymore. He goes, lost? He goes, yeah, well, has one of your brothers died? Good Lord, no, I quit drinking. There you go.
We'll be back tonight at 10:30 and 1:30 a.m. in the lounge right above the Hotel 6.
I'm here all week.
Oh, you just love it.